Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to South Island Farm. It is mid-spring, and we did bring in all of the grass over to the fermenting silo. Made a good chunk of change, as you can see from the bank account. $21,700 in the bank account at this point. Close to 200,000 liters in the fermenter, cooking away. And as you can see, we've got, well, some amount of our field has converted already over to hay. Another part is waiting to convert. Might switch over at 9 a.m. We'll just have to see. Not 9 a.m. It's probably going to switch over at noon. We're going to rake and at least bale this much hay and see if that switches over at noon. If it does, well, good for it. We'll basically be in a position to then rake and bale that hay. Doesn't switch over at noon, then I'm just going to go ahead and rake it and bale it, and it'll be wrapped grass, which we can then try to feed our sheep, see what happens, and then basically wait for it to convert to silage and feed our cows with it. But either way, we're in good shape. Two of our fields, I don't think any of our fields have had any growth on them yet. That's all right. Need to shoot a load of fertilizer on them, get everything to 3 stages. Also need to think about weeds. We're going to bother with weeding, or if we're just going to let them go. Got a little patch here that didn't dry for whatever reason. We're in good shape. We're going to be able to spend a fair amount of time basically selling silage, PGA, getting some money from that. Conceivably, we could use the silage at the BGA for our cattle also if we wanted to. I think we're going to use the BGA silage to bolster our bank account, because we do still need to think about how are we going to harvest our crop. We're going to need both headers on our harvester. We're going to need the row crop header for our corn and sunflowers. We're going to need the grain header for our wheat. We're going to need the harvester. So we've got some pretty big expenses coming up. Are we going to lease that stuff, or are we going to buy it? We're going to have to lease the bale wagon later today to pick these bales up. Where we were mowing, and then suddenly it just switched over to semi-dry grass because the ground level changed. So we're going to rake here. all over again. Good thing is we can bale and collect the ends, bales off the end. That way when we do get around to this interior section, we'll be able to bale, long rows without having to worry about the bales on the end getting in our way. It's kind of surprised, 200,000 liters or more off of the upper section of grass. What are we going to get off of this lower section? Again, this is unfertilized, 2/3 growth grass. And it is a lot of grass, I'll give you that much. When I was mowing this, I was mowing it at 5 times speed, and clearly, when I got down to this lower section, must have passed one of those magical hours. This part of the field, it was hay yesterday evening. Technically, this part of the field had dried and was ready to be baled into hay the same day as it was cut. Really kind of interested me that the bottom section down there didn't dry overnight. We didn't have any rain. We had pretty good temperatures. We had wind. So we had adequate drying conditions overnight. Didn't dry for whatever reason. Forecast, we got good weather all day today, and look at that. It's cleared out. We don't have rain in the forecast for quite a while now. Remember, I was really worried we would have enough dry time to make the hay, and now it looks like we're definitely going to have that. That's great. Just like yesterday, or just like Wednesday's video, I'm going to go ahead and cut here. Bring you back once we have this, all the stuff that's hay. We have all the hay raked. Start baling. So guys, I was so eager to get started making the hay. Gotta need to feed the cows, the sheep, water the chickens, water the pigs, and all of that fun stuff. Go get that taken care of. Got everything raked at this point. pallet already of wool. Deal. Good deal. I was worried that the cow pen and the sheep pen didn't have graze support seasons, but that's not true. When I loaded this up to finish collecting the grass earlier today, checked, and the cows had all the grass that they needed in the world. The sheep had 800 grass. They were doing pretty good. I think we could get by with just giving these guys, or let these guys eat the grass. Wanted to at this point, but we've got the hay. Might as well use it. We're not going to be short hay, that's for sure. We're going to have enough off the first cut to feed these guys for the rest of the year. And that means that the second cut pretty much just set aside for the BGA only. Oh, there we go. Like, can I only open that door from the outside? Hey, this tractor is not the best tractor to be doing fork work first person, because where the exhaust is right where the little cheater stick is. Little cheater stick that would normally tell me where the forks were with respect to being level with the ground. Hidden. Those who didn't know, see that little tip just to the left of the loader arm. Okay, that'll go. Rotate it. Right here. See, it's a little rod. There's a little rod that slides up and down inside that little rod right there. Tip it all the way back. Come out here. See that rod sticking out now. Okay? So when that rod just emerges, that means forks are level with the ground. So if you can see the rod, it means it is angled up with respect to the ground. If you don't see the rod, that means it's angled down with respect to the ground. So when you just see it emerge, that's when you know it is level. Now they are filled up with hay. Go put the forks away. We'll grab the baler. Goes right there. Got it out. Baling. And just see. If, by chance, that other grass turns into hay in about an hour and a half. This particular tractor is just over horsepower requirement for the baler. And the fact that we're pretty much baling on level ground. Shouldn't have any real difficulties with the baler. Go. This is the beauty of the baler. Look at that non-stop production. If you don't own the Vicon Kuverland DLC, then you don't know what the fast baler is. It is in the Vicon Kuverland DLC, and you'll see down at the bottom, basically the first chamber collects 3,000 liters worth of hay. Then it hands it off to the second chamber, which finishes the bale. And then as it's ejecting and wrapper, first chamber is collecting the bale. So we have all of the speed of a square baler. We have the fact that you can wrap it at the same time, like a traditional round baler. This is a fairly expensive piece of machinery. But one of the reasons you don't do round bales is because of the fact that a whole bunch of stop and go. This baler will get rid of that reason for sure. Really tell how I mowed this. I made some rounds and just started doing up and down passes, starting at the top. Where are we at? Go ahead and grab this grass here. Okay, good. Took all of the grass and made it hay because of the magic of Farm Sim. All you need is 1 liter of a product be in the baler, and then you can go grab a whole bunch of different type of product. And whatever you put in the bale, oops. Whatever you put in the baler first is what comes out. Now in 17, it worked differently. 17, whatever you last put in comes out. Let's say you had 3,990 liters of hay. Then you grabbed a little tiny bit of straw. That whole bale is now straw. But in 19, grab, let's say, 10 liters of hay. Then you could go over and bale 3,990 more liters of straw, and you get a hay bale. You didn't know that trick. Now you do. You could have a field of grass and a field of straw side by side. Start with grass, then run over, fill the bale out with straw, and it would be a grass bale that you could wrap, and you would get a huge amount of grass. Because basically you would be combining both fields' yield, and if you did it right, you'd have all wrapped silage bales, which you can sell for a premium as compared to hay bales or straw bales. I preferred 17 way, because let's say you had a little bit of hay in your baler, and you went to bale a field of straw. Well, that first bale is always going to be hay. Inevitably, your first bale when you bale is going to be whatever you last baled. Because more than likely you're going to have some remainder of a bale in the baler. Going to fill out when you bale whatever you're baling next. Inevitably, you're going to be bale something different than you did the previous time you used it. Always end up with one odd bale. It would be nice if you could just eject a bale of any size. Now, if you only had 15 liters in there, well, let me just spit out 15 liters, or give me the function of just emptying the baler. Of course, you can reset the baler. You'd have to go get it. Easy Dev Controls does have a function that allows you to empty the baler. I've done that in the past where I finished baling, haven't been able to fill out an entire bale. I'll just use Easy Dev Controls to empty the baler. That way when I start baling the next time, it's empty. Being able to round bale continuously at 12 miles an hour, really pump through a field if you were doing big squares. I'm going to go ahead and cut, bring it back right before noon. If this grass switches over. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to midday. Gosh, fuck. And we'll see. Do we get hay? Does it stay semi-dry grass till at least 6 p.m.? So the reason I'm saying noon is because I know from seasons testing that basically there is a script that assesses skip, that assesses if the grass has met the drying condition requirements to switch over to hay. And that script happens 4 times a day. 6 a, noon, 6 p, midnight. Ching, noon. Drying conditions met in the log. Means hay on the field. So, what does that mean for your gameplay? That means it, regardless of what time it is, you've got semi-dry grass on the field. You're not going to see it flip to hay until it's either 6 a.m., midday, 6 p.m., or midnight. Let's say it's 1 in the afternoon, and you've got grass that's been down on the field since early morning. Maybe it's been down on the field since yesterday, 1 p.m., and it's still semi-dry grass. No need to even look until 6 p.m. because the grass will not change until 6 p.m. because it didn't meet conditions at midday. It's not going to check until 6 p.m. So you've got rain that's coming in and you expect it to be raining before 6 p.m. Well, then you know if you leave it on the field, it's going to get rained on. So I would prioritize getting it up off the field and making do with it being grass bales that you wrap, because baled grass is pretty much useless in game. The only way to bale grass and keep it is to wrap it and basically accept that it's going to turn to silage. So that's just a little trick, a little seasoned tidbit of information for you. Is script that runs to assess if it's ready, if semi-dry grass is ready to convert to hay. Only runs 4 times at game day. 6A, midday, 6P, and midnight. Since we've got hay on, I'm going to go ahead and grab a bale trailer. I'm going to grab this one here because it's cheaper. I'm going to lease it. I don't have the 50 grand to buy it. And I'm going to collect those bales. Collect the bales over here up off the field. And then I'm going to rake hay there and bale the hay this evening. And then tomorrow I'm probably going to fertilize the fields to get them to 3 stages. They are 2 right now. I'm probably going to fertilize them to get them to 3 stages. And then I'll probably get a sprayer. $26,000. Is that the cheapest? That's the cheapest sprayer we've got. Probably get a sprayer so we can do herbicide. Then I'll spray these fields after we've had a growth state on them. pick up this bits of hay that we missed while raking. Bring you guys back as we're picking up these bales. As I promised, we are collecting our hay bales. Really mostly just concerned with getting the ones down here by where we're going to be raking, but might as well pick up a load. I think we are going to try to put these in those various long kind of crib chutes where we had those square bales. Make use of those buildings a bit. Let's see, where are we at with our... $65 bales made so far. We're going to get well over 100 bales off of this lower section. Finish this off. Unload the trailer. You have 65 bales. This holds 24. 24, 48. And what, 72 is the next. Have less than 3 full, oh, it's full. Less than 3 full loads on the field so far. So let's see if we can, one, back this up straight enough, unload in those long narrow cribs. 2, get the whole trailer load in the building or not. I think so. Why I like these trailers better. Vertical stackers, personally. I think they're more useful. Okay. Now we're a little crooked, but look, yeah, we can unload in here. Forward a little bit. Go. Get another easily. Get a load right here. Easy. Get a load. Over there, easy enough once we move those bales. We can't. We have to move this Put 2 more loads in there. Put a couple in here, easy enough. That's before we make use of that space. Yeah, I think we're doing great. 4 bales. Alright guys, so I hope you liked the video. Please go ahead and click that like button. Let me know in the comments what you think of our setup so far. I think it's working out great. A little worried that our none of our crop germinated at mid-spring, but always late spring. If it doesn't germinate by late spring, then I'm really going to order it. So next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.